This is CNN with some breaking news from the now collapsed state of Arizona, where the aliens from VET-97s have completed their habitation of the area after completely obliterating major cities and towns in Arizona. It was determined that over 500,000 humans are left inside of the state, but are trapped in the area due to the United States and Mexico setting up a military blockade around the state, and all life in the state has been halted with electricity and gas cut off until the United States resolves this. It is still unknown when the aliens will attack, but it is determined that it will eventually happen. The military blockade has increased recently, with soldiers and army weapons spread as far as 2 miles away from the actual state line, to prepare for attacks by these entities. The governor of California has given a statement about the California National Guard and what could happen in the event of an attack.
We are currently sending over 9,000 of our troops to the Arizona borders, including sending 8,000 of our troops to the Arizona-Sonora border with Mexico to assist the Mexican armed forces with their part on defending civilians along the border. Although cities like Blythe, Imperial, and San Luis Rio Colorado in Mexico are close to the border, these cities are under martial law to protect civilians from attacks by these aliens. It is determined that we can expect an attack on the military within days or even hours.
The Department of Defense has announced that an estimated 200,000 soldiers and counting are surrounding Arizona, and half of the Army's crewed aircraft are on standby in nearby Air Force bases across the areas. Also, the Department of Defense also made a statement on the state of the military around the border.
We have been gathering the military around Arizona's border since we found out that the aircraft was hostile back in March, and we've been steadily increasing our weapons and soldiers present in the area ever since. Also, we found out that Luke Air Force Base, one of our bases in Arizona that is 11 miles west of what was Glendale, is still active, and intel from the base reveals that the people and soldiers who have taken refuge in the base will attempt to fight these aliens soon. It would help our fight, but because of the sheer power that these aliens hold compared to the people in the base, we won't guarantee this will work. However, in the case of a full-on war between us and these aliens, we will have nuclear weapons on standby.
This is CNN, and we will be back with more news.
This is gonna be America's favorite breakfast. They just don't know it yet.
These are a few of my favorite
Wendy's is changing the game from this to a breakfast that eats other breakfasts for breakfast. Who says you can't have a Baconator for breakfast? Don't just grab a coffee, grab a Frosty Chino instead. And forget that frozen folded egg stuff. All of these have fresh cracked eggs.
The emergency alert system has been activated. Please tune to Channel 12 for more information. An evacuation immediate has been issued for your area.
One bite and it'll be your new favorite, guaranteed. That's right. So, you up for this?
Caroline, wait.
Mitch?
Look, I know I messed up, but I told Diane it's over.
Civil authorities in your area have issued an evacuation immediate for Riverside, San Bernardino, and Imperial counties in California, effective until 3:33 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Defense, National Aeronautics and Space Administration NASA, and the California National Guard. At 1:26 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, several soldiers stationed at the military blockade at the Arizona-California state border have spotted several VET-97 aircraft at least 10 miles away from the military blockade. A VET-97 aircraft is a name given by NASA to the extraterrestrial aircrafts that have taken over Arizona back in March of 2027 and are deemed to be extremely dangerous. These soldiers have also deemed to have spotted green-colored human-shaped organisms that have large black eyes and have an oval-shaped head. These are assumed to be the extraterrestrial entities that have harbored in the aircrafts and are also dangerous as well. Therefore, the governor of California has issued a mandatory evacuation order of the counties of Riverside, San Bernardino, and Imperial in Southern California. All residents in these counties are required to evacuate west immediately. Bring all essential supplies, including food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a portable radio, and blankets. Make sure to tie a white towel on a mailbox near your residence to let authorities know that you are aware about the situation and that you have evacuated the area. Evacuate west, not east. Stay tuned to your local media station and internet sources for further information on this situation.
Can we have some space?
Ready on standby. Soldier 4, is anybody there?
No, sir.
I see something.
Soldier 3, what do you see? Soldier 3, I say again, what do you see?
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
What do you see?
I see a big amount of VET-97s.
What do you mean? I see them. Attack.
I am too powerful. It's too much. Fall back. Fall back.
They're overpowering us. Get back now.
Soldier 3 is down. I repeat, Soldier 3 is down. I think a lot of soldiers are also down.
Oh my god. It's a wolf fleet. We're dead.
Civil danger warning. The following message is transmitted at the request of the California National Guard. At 1:58 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, a military response to the extraterrestrial entities has occurred at the Arizona state borders with California, Nevada, and Utah. So far, these entities have pushed the armed forces back to expand their territory and increase their army. It is predicted that the battle between the armed forces and these aliens will spread to the Los Angeles metropolitan area in approximately 3 to 4 hours. All residents in the California counties of San Diego, Imperial, Riverside, San Bernardino, Orange, Los Angeles, Kern, Ventura, and San Luis Obispo are to shelter in place or evacuate the area immediately. Take all essentials, including food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a portable radio, and blankets. The mandatory evacuation order remains in effect for the counties of Imperial, Riverside, and San Bernardino. If you evacuate, make sure to tie a white towel on a mailbox near your residence to let authorities know that you are aware about the situation and that you have evacuated. This is an extremely dangerous situation and immediate action is required. Stay tuned to all news sources for the latest information.
Induced seismic activity occurring across the San Andreas Fault. An earthquake warning is in effect for the states of California and Nevada. The following message transmitted at the request of the United States Geological Survey. Just moments ago, a EAS-97 aircraft has caused an explosion directly into San Andreas Fault near the Salton Sea, causing a disruption in the fault line, creating a magnitude 9.6 earthquake with the epicenter 16 miles southeast of Coachella, California, and is being felt throughout the entirety, if not the majority, of the two states affected. All residents who have been in the earthquake are to follow earthquake procedures immediately. If you are inside, duck under a sturdy structure, such as a table. Avoid windows, outside walls, doors, and falling objects. Bend over to protect your internal organs. If you are outside, move to an open area and get down. If you are in a moving vehicle, pull over in a safe area away from overpasses, underpasses, utility poles, and overhead wires. After the earthquake occurs, prepare for any aftershocks that may be as severe as the main earthquake. Stay tuned for more information on this situation.
Seek a fallout shelter immediately. Repeating, seek a fallout shelter immediately. Diablo Canyon power plant experiencing total meltdown due to missile attack from an extraterrestrial origin. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Defense and the United States Nuclear Regulatory Commission. At 3:58 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the extraterrestrial aircrafts that have started the invasion of California and Nevada have been spotted off the coast of Pismo Beach, California. 2 minutes later, an explosion was heard near the Diablo Canyon power plant, and a mushroom cloud has been seen with a height of over 2 miles. It was confirmed that the Diablo Canyon power plant has experienced a total meltdown of all reactors, especially after the reactors were weakened by an induced earthquake that occurred earlier in the afternoon. All residents in a 150-mile radius of the Diablo Canyon power plant are to seek a fallout shelter immediately. Fallout is a byproduct of nuclear explosions, and prolonged exposure to fallout radiation will cause certain death. It is a possibility that the nuclear fallout may contaminate areas of the Pacific Ocean that are adjacent to the West Coast, but it is not confirmed yet. Stay tuned for further updates on this dangerous situation.
The extraterrestrials that have first been reported in the former state of Arizona have been attacking the United States military and state National Guards and have pushed their presence back, further expanding the entity's territory. As of this current moment, in addition to the state of Arizona and southern Utah, the majority of California and Nevada have been taken by these extraterrestrial entities and are expected to take over all areas of these states at any given moment. To ensure your survival, follow these instructions. Take all essentials from your home, including food, water, medical supplies, portable radios, blankets, and clothing. Do not shelter in place. Due to the sheer amount of power that the extraterrestrials have already exhibited in the Southwest, it is impossible to survive by sheltering in your home. Instead, evacuate to the north immediately. Tie a white towel around a mailbox near your residence to confirm that you have evacuated the area. Shelters have been set up in the states of Oregon and Washington for refugees from these states. Evacuate immediately for your safety and safety of others. Attempt to take as many people with you. Defend yourself by all means. This broadcast will repeat shortly. God bless you all and God bless America.
Hello everyone and welcome to MSNBC News, and we are continuing the coverage of extraterrestrials disrupting the lives on Earth today. The United States Department of Defense has officially ordered the evacuation of
expanding the
California and
entity's
Nevada due
territory.
to the
As of
extraterrestrial
this
entities
current moment,
overrunning the
in
military
addition
and
to the state
wreaking
of
havoc across
Arizona and
these
southern
states.
Utah.
Over 5 million civilians have died as a result of the invasion, and over 300,000 soldiers died at the front with these entities. The United States has officially announced the readiness in the DEFCON system has been set to 2, as the Department of Defense still has nuclear weapons on standby as promised. It was also confirmed by the President of Mexico that the extraterrestrials have taken their invasion international as they crossed the border into the Baja California Peninsula and the state of Sonora. Riots have broken out across all remaining major cities in the western United States. The military is on high alert and the government is planning to instate martial law in the western United States if the threat continues. This is NBC News and we will be right back.
The fries, are they a real ingredient of the Quarter Pounder? Well, that depends on who you ask. The hottest, juiciest Quarter Pounder yet, made with 100% fresh beef. It's perfect. Made perfecter. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Wireless for $15 a month. That's not right.
It's right, all right. Finger dipping? That's
A marvel so marvelous, it can
only be forged at a Wendy's.
Willie?
Civil danger warning for the states of Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Utah, Colorado, Alaska, Hawaii, and New Mexico. Effective until further notice. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States National Guard, the United States Department of Defense, and the United States government. It has been determined that the entities are further expanding their territory across the Pacific and Mountain time zones of the United States after the full-scale invasion of the states of California and Nevada yesterday. Already over 300,000 soldiers and over 5 million civilians have been killed due to this unprecedented invasion by extraterrestrials. The United States has declared a protocol for all citizens in the western United States. Under this directive, residents who fall under these circumstances are to follow these instructions. If you see an extraterrestrial entity and/or any VET-97 aircraft, attempt to defend yourself and attempt to evacuate the area to save your life. Attempt to pick up others in your area and provide all necessities. Refugee shelters are being set up in the central United States and the country of Canada is preparing refugee shelters near the US-Canada border with all included necessities. If you choose not to evacuate, it is certain that you may be killed by the extraterrestrial entities, as it has been confirmed that sheltering in place will not be effective for your survival. For residents in Hawaii, due to the isolation of the state in the Pacific Ocean, all airports in the state are accepting anyone who wishes to evacuate, and will be taken to Canada with no requirement for a visa to be shown at Canadian border stations. Have all weapons and necessities on standby, such as guns, baseball bats, food, water, and medical supplies. Stay tuned for further information.
civil authority has issued a law enforcement warning for the following counties/areas: King WA, Snohomish WA, and Pierce WA, effective until 5:25 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Message from DirecTV. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Seattle Police Department and the Washington State Police. There have been reports of civil unrest across the Seattle metropolitan area, with a high concentration of unrest being within the downtown areas of Seattle, Tacoma, and Bellevue. The cause of this unrest is likely due to distress from the ongoing extraterrestrial invasion. If you partake in the civil unrest, you will be arrested by law enforcement and be fined for disturbing the peace. All residents within the Seattle metro area are to shelter in place immediately. If you experience unrest in your home, do anything to defend yourself. Please keep in mind that it is important to stay calm during this situation, and panic will cause the situation to be worse than it already is. Please tune to your local news station or internet sources for further updates on this dangerous situation.
I don't know why this is happening.
Me neither, but I feel like what the hijacked broadcast said is right.
Come on, be optimistic for once.
Have you seen them? They literally took over the Southwest, and all in one day.
I feel like the military could help protect us.
Literally thousands of soldiers are dying from these aliens, and you're saying that?
Hey, stop fighting. We're all gonna die anyway.
Hey, what's that?
Oh God, they're here.
I feel like we'll be fine if they put up a good enough fight.
Oh, the television.
Great.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States Department of Defense and the United States National Guard. All residents of Washington State evacuate immediately. The extraterrestrials that have been invading the United States and Mexico have begun attacking the military in the Seattle metropolitan area, and due to recent developments over the past 2 days, it is imperative to evacuate and not shelter in place. Take all essentials, including food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a portable radio, and blankets. It is important to know the direction you are evacuating to. Evacuate to the north towards Canada or the east towards the central United States. Shelters will be provided across the central U.S. Kendra flood will be enacted across all roads and evacuation routes to further assist the evacuation effort. Take as many people with you as possible. All radio and television stations in the area will be indefinitely shut down after this broadcast. Evacuate now.
Well, you heard the TV. Let's roll.
It's crazy how this place will end up after they completely obliterate the state.
Oh, come on. I hate this.
Guys, grab your stuff now.
They're getting closer.
Get in the car now.
I can't start it.
Also, now the car stops working? This is ridiculous.
Oh my God, I'm trying. Finally, I got the car working.
Too late.
Event type is civil. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Canada Department of Defence and the Government of Canada. Due to recent extraterrestrial developments in the United States, the Canadian Armed Forces are beginning to fight off these aliens in Washington state, but the Seattle area in the United States has been completely decimated to the point where the city looks like a dystopian ghost town. Due to this, the premiers of British Columbia, Northwest Territories, Yukon, and Alberta have implemented a mandatory evacuation of the provinces and territories. Evacuate to the eastern portion of Canada, where a new, stronger military blockade will be built in order to defend humanity from these entities. Take all essential supplies and attempt to take as many people as you can. Over 30 million people across the continent have already been killed from these entities. All flights in Canadian airspace will be shut down indefinitely. Stay safe during this horrific and tragic event. All broadcast stations in these provinces and territories will be shut down for an indefinite period of time.
Le type d'événement est civil. Le message suivant est transmis à la demande du ministère de la Défense du Canada et du gouvernement du Canada. En raison des récents développements extraterrestres aux États-Unis, les forces armées canadiennes commencent à combattre ces extraterrestres dans l'État de Washington, mais la région de Seattle aux États-Unis a été complètement décimée au point que la ville ressemble à une ville fantôme dystopique. Pour cette raison, les premiers ministres de la Colombie-Britannique, des territoires du Nord-Ouest, du Yukon et de l'Alberta ont mis en place une évacuation obligatoire des provinces et des territoires. Évacués vers la partie orientale du Canada, où un nouveau blocus militaire plus fort sera construit afin de défendre l'humanité de ces entités. Prenez toutes les fournitures essentielles et essayez de prendre autant de personnes que possible. Plus de 30 millions de personnes à travers le continent ont déjà été tuées par ces entités. Tous les vols dans l'espace aérien canadien seront interrompus indéfiniment. Restez en sécurité pendant cet événement horrible et tragique. Toutes les stations de diffusion de ces provinces et territoires seront fermées pour une durée indéterminée.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Stand by for a message from the President of the United States or a representative of the President.
Hello to all Americans. This message was authorized by myself and the entire federal government. I would like to recap the events of what occurred throughout the country. It all started with the complete takeover of our state, Arizona. It went to a first spotting near Phoenix to a whole takeover of the state, with most areas looking like ghost towns. Months later, they started to obliterate the western region, beginning with California and Nevada, and of which the next few days would result in the collapse of the states of Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. As I speak over the air, the military is fighting for our lives in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, and the Dakotas. We, along with the Pentagon, are going to instate a mandatory evacuation order of the entirety of the central United States. All residents of the central region are to relocate to the states that are along the eastern coastline. There, the western state lines of those states will have a large military presence and after construction will not be crossed by anyone but the military. Everyone who is going to the eastern coastline has a time period of 36 hours to enter the coastline. Once the 36 hours are up, no one will be allowed to enter or leave the enclosed area. Canada is implementing a similar method, so Americans who evacuated to Canada are to evacuate to the area that the Canadian government specifies as the new blockade. Good luck to all Americans who are going to the coastline. May God bless you all and God bless America.
That was a message from the President or a presidential representative. We will now return to the emergency alert system. Continue to monitor media sources for more information on this event. Take all essentials and relocate to the specified area immediately. For the next 36 hours, the instructions will be displayed and spoken on all radio and television broadcasts in the country. God bless America.
This is BBC Television from London. A national emergency is in progress. Please await instructions.
This message was authorized by Her Majesty's Government and the United Kingdom Ministry of Defence. Over the past 6 days, extraterrestrial entities have begun to invade North America and are currently over 480 kilometers off the coast of Petrosh in Wales. It is determined that these entities have plans to overrun the world as they continue their expansion in the Americas and there spread towards Europe and Asia through the UK and Russia respectively. The amount of force that the extraterrestrials have is
Well, we are screwed.
Mr. President, we have some deep concerns.
Tell me.
According to recent intel by the CIA, it shows that the aliens have expanded to Russia, the UK, China, France, and South Africa, with all respective militaries being deteriorated at an alarming rate.
Wow. That's not good. How is our military blockade in Canada's?
According to the Secretary of Defense, they're not doing too well.
Should we finally use nuclear weapons at the blockade?
That's up to you, Mr. President. If you use such weapons, the whole coast will end up in fallout.
I feel like we should use that for a contingency plan.
I have some bad news.
What is it?
The armed forces are being pushed back to major cities and destroying sanctuaries that we've built for refugees. An estimated 40 million on top of the 25 million from the West are dead.
All right. Hand me the football and get me Air Force One. It's time.
So, what's the plan here?
The president has recommended multiply CBM missiles, but at specific time intervals.
Wait, where is the president?
He's on Air Force One. He wanted to save America at a distance. He is reviewing everything in the football.
We received an acceptance to this move by the vice president, but the president wants your approval, Mr. Secretary.
Hey, guys.
Good evening, Mr. President.
Has anyone approved the move yet?
Not yet. We are still devising on the plan.
Well, make it quick. We are running out of time before, well, bad things happen.
And what would that be?
The FCC and the CIA has told me that the hijacked broadcasts occurring around the world have the date November 3rd on it.
And?
I can assume that's when they make their special move to kill all of us.
Well, this is bad.
Well, I'm gonna log off here. Make sure you inform me about the decision. All right?
Yes, Mr. President. Will do.
All right. Good luck.
Well, we have to make this decision right now.
Hello.
Mr. President, this is the Secretary of Defense.
Have you guys made the decision yet?
Yes, we have. Do it.
Are you sure?
Yes. For the sake of the world, get those launch codes and start launching those missiles. Just make sure you let the people know.
Will do. Thank you. How to transmit to the emergency alert system. Got it.
You do that for me? Really? Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Text-to-speech will be provided for the following message due to the unavailability of the President at this time. The message is as follows. All residents of what remains of the United States, seek a fallout shelter immediately. To assist the combat between the United States Armed Forces and extraterrestrial entities, the use of nuclear weapons have been authorized against these entities, and will soon be launching several nuclear weapons at a distance from the current deteriorating blockade set by the government. The spread of nuclear fallout radiation will result while combating the extraterrestrials, and it is deadly, so it is required to seek an underground fallout shelter for all surviving citizens of the United States. The nuclear missiles mentioned will impact most areas adjacent to the military's blockade and areas that the extraterrestrians have already claimed to get our territory back. Despite where you are, get into a fallout shelter and stay there. If you need to go outside after the consequences of the blasts, wear layers of protective clothing and gas masks to protect yourself from the harmful radiation. We apologize for this, but it is our only choice at the moment. As the 3rd of November approaches, we will do all our might to save humanity from what these aliens have planned for what could be our demise. Don't leave your fallout shelter until we give you the all-clear. If none of our plans work, then humanity as we know it may cease to exist. We must survive this cataclysm. We don't know what they have planned for the 3rd, but it could be very deadly and cause potential human extinction. Remain calm, as panicking is known to make situations worse. I will be signing off at this time. Should something happen, I will speak to the American people as immediately as I can. Thank you, and God bless America.
We interrupt your programming. This is a global emergency. Due to the President and all persons in the presidential line of succession being deceased, text-to-speech will be provided for the following message from the United States President.
The following message is transmitted at the request of what remains of the United States government. The day has come. It has been concluded that the extraterrestrials have overrun the entire world and will soon exterminate every human being within the next hour. The President has attempted diplomacy with the aliens, but it has failed, and him and his administration has been killed at the hand of the aliens. Time is ticking to our inevitable demise. Our attempts to protect humanity from these aliens have failed. The aliens are to overrun the entire United States in the next 30 minutes, as all that remains is the states of New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and the District of Columbia. Our end is inevitable. All citizens of the United States, pray to your deity or deities if you take part of a religion. Do an activity that makes you comfortable despite this crisis. Do not let children know about the event. Go into panic mode if you cannot remain calm. The emergency alert system will sign off for the final time. May God have mercy on our souls.
We will now return to the emergency alert system. The United States has collapsed. All radio and television stations will go off the air permanently. The emergency alert system will sign off for the final time. Thank you for your cooperation with your government and being part of the American dream, but all is lost. May God save us all.
It's been 2 months since they killed presumably the majority of life on the planet, including over 8 billion of us. I'm over here in the middle of nowhere in Greenland. It's very deserted and extremely cold here. I'd say it's 35 below zero, but at least there's no aliens. I've been isolating myself for years, and ever since the visit happened, I took the opportunity to isolate myself even more for my survival. I doubt that there is anyone like me left in the world at this point. If anything, I could find me a shelter somewhere, but I highly doubt that anyone would get in the middle of a huge, majorly frozen island and build a shelter. Oh my God. It's them. It's them. Oh my God. I have to try and bury myself in the snow so they don't see me. Wait, I found something. It's a shelter. Oh my God. I need to get in, even though shelters were known to not be effective against alien attacks, but with my luck I should survive. I'm gonna end my entry. If anyone sees this, which again, I highly doubt it, I am still alive and I am in a shelter. This shelter should last me if the shelter survives. This may be a stupid decision, but it can serve as how I will survive. Goodbye.